to make it in. So a huge night for both of these teams. Let's introduce them now.
두 팀의 상황은 그때와는 많이 다른데요. 과연 오늘은 어떤 결과가 기다리고 있을까요? 먼저 상승세를 이어가며 분위기가 후끈 달아올랐습니다. 현재 순위 4위. 여기서 멈출 순 없습니다.
KSV looking good in recent times. Able to take 3
그리고 오늘 자존심을 건 승부를 시작합니다. 찬란했던 시절 경기력의 부활을 기대하며 SK텔레콤 T1!
SKT not in the same position. I mentioned KSV on a 3-match winning streak. SKT, the exact opposite, 3 losses in a row. But a lineup that's kind of young and inexperienced when you look at especially tall and effort. So we'll see if they can pull it back together. Another guy who has to do that is Blank. You see him on your screen. Definitely famous for not the best play we've seen so far in spring.
When it comes to 2018 play style, and we're still waiting for Blank to take a game by the scruff of its neck and remind us of what he could do, because last year, he was the better Lee Sin. He was popping off in some games, going 5-6 kills in the early game, and that feels like a long time ago, Valdez.
Yeah, so very simple explanation
SKT,
here.
team fighting, but not the Xayah Rakan, the Xayah Janna. First time we're seeing this, maybe ever in the LCK.
It's very weird. You mentioned how, okay, the Xayah into the Camille, right? You can Feather Storm, you can get up there and try to dodge out a bunch. And then they pick even more disengage with the Poppy to counter that directly, and then the Janna as well. So how far are you really going to take it? Effort just skipping over the Tom Kents, which we've been seeing. Well, here we are.
And because of that, Valdez, theoretically, there is a point where KSV won't be able to get the fights they're trying to get in the mid game.
Yeah, we're taking a look at Pui's runes up there in the top lane. You guys might have noticed the interesting spelling on that one. But,
Blank's launching in mid lane.
No level 6 here for Faker, but he's going to be able to butt heads. Here comes Ambition, maybe able to lock down Blank, but Crown taking a little bit too much damage. Faker, high health in this one means that they will not
attack more of a punch as the game goes on.
Speaking of a fight, he's trying to alley-oop him over to Blank, but they're turning this one around. Faker trying to flash away. That low karma, though, is going to go down. First blood going over to Blank in the jungle. Now with the red buff ticking onto Ambition, trying to get him down low here, but not quite enough. Will go for one more. Does get it. And forces that flash away.
Oh.
Ezreal ultimate coming on in, making things interesting. Tal with a fantastic roam from top lane. Picks up the kill onto Ambition. Objectives, including this Infernal Drake. There's no vision down here, and 2 control wards for SKT.
Yeah, no way for Core JJ to know this is happening because of the path SKT is excited for. So far, big pass marks to SKT as they pick up that first Infernal.
Certainly a good start, and Tal going to be locked down here, but again, mentioned the ult for an ult. It's going to be leashed up, and a nice control ward in position. All the feathers have been left down, but look at this, Blank trying to go for the kidnap, and the flash gets off just in time, but the zoning effect is there. They're going to get the kill, and going for the dunk here, going to get 2, is Faker on top of them. Ambition just trying to disengage. Blank still alive in a fantastic monsoon there from the Janna. Faker able to follow up now onto the kill, and Crown in a lot of trouble here. No flash left available. He should go down here. One more will do it. A double kill over to Faker as well, making it 4-0, 2 Infernals.
He didn't want to fight. Blank went in, occupied the back line, and even though that didn't lead to a teamfight victory initially, they got the Infernal, then got the bonus. Sejuani was too far forward, looking for a smite contest. They get the mid lane turret as well.
They've already sold them out a little bit too early because they turn it around in this series and they're looking a lot better. But let's see if they can keep it up here. Blank coming down into the bottom lane, and he's seen the whole way.
Usually this is the shoe on the other foot here for the side of KSV. They were the team expected to overtake in the mid game. That is definitely not something that's going to happen. Tal has been able to corral. Full control ward put down to completely take over. It's nice outplay.
Oh boy, just totally missing that one. And there it is, the second Q comes in. Cube getting that solo kill. Now Ruler might be in some trouble here. Has to flash, but look at that Diamond Faker gets everybody into the team. A huge play that should amount in a bunch of kills here. Gonna get one, and now Core JJ pretty trapped on the end of it. The Blade Caller helps out, and Faker picks up another kill on the back of it. SKT are flying away with this one.
One small piece of good news in the bot lane as the outplay comes in onto Tal. But in the 4v4, there's still very powerful Valdez. Massive engage from Faker. First highlight play from him in a couple of series. They're taking over the Baron pit. They're starting up the Baron.
This is going to be incredibly fast. They got double Infernal. The TP comes in first from Tal. It's going to be up to Ambition, but he's already locked down between these two. Can they even pick up the kill here? They're going to force his flash away, but a very easy Baron going over to SKT at 22 minutes into the game.
What a big play on the top side. On the bot side, you can say the same thing. Cuve picks up his Camille, and we already mentioned that team fights will be a struggle for him with all the disengage. If you can outplay like this in the 1v1, maybe the 4-1 composition can take over. Seems unlikely, as Baron is usually the great answer for something like a 4-1. On the other side of the map, cleanse, flash, ult, onto 3. Beautiful stuff. Doesn't instantly kill all 3. But they get the value they want with Blank getting a secondary engage. This is the SKT that we saw with Blossom that hasn't been there with Blank previously. Sensor damage. So a different build, but a big one is looking for the dive here.
Yep, just looking to zone him out as Tornado comes in after the Zac jumping in, but bang! He's beginning to pop off here saying, come at me, boys.
To find a way KSV to threaten the backline, but your first thought is they can't, and now Ambition.
Well, Blank is a little bit too deep into the jungle. He's going to have to kidnap his way out here. KSV, a little bit fights to pick off someone or just get better positioning with the Monsoon. We are going to have the Baron started up, and this is what we talked about. Double Infernal and the Mountain with just a Azir damage, basically. That's going to be it. The Baron goes over so quickly. Nothing. As the Karma damage is laughable at this point. One empowered Q. And it doesn't do anything, even to the back line that still survives. And Siege Tank getting to work here. Everybody protecting it. That should be an inhibitor going down in just a second. Trying to engage here onto Ambition. Look at that Faker damage. It's unbelievable at this point. Ambition just throwing out a desperation ultimate saying, please, don't hurt me. But not much they can do as this Phantom Minion is still pushing the bot lane.
It's doing the hard work, it's doing the heavy lifting. They can just walk around, keep the shades on, and feel cool, can SKT. It should be the first Nexus turret.
And now they don't have a Sejuani ultimate to engage. They at least have the Smite, but Ruler and Crown getting close and eating up that damage means that pushing in once again. They even have that Sun turret, the Sand turret coming up behind them. Just to shorten that lane and give them a little bit of presence if KSV wanted to engage, which they absolutely cannot at this point. Bang! He's going 1v5 at this point, obviously with the help of the Janna, but oh boy, this is looking like a done game at this point. SKT want to push on to the Nexus.
They don't have any minions to do autos themselves, but the Bannon's going to do the hard work. The chunks are not coming. Needs to be a desperation engage from KSV.
Well, they're going to do that, and the Baron is going to time out here. Go down.
KSV got a lot of value out of that war. They don't have one here, though, so Zac's not spotted.
Just endless action in the backline. Cuve goes down now, and Ambition stopwatching. Just having a little bit of fun, because there's no way that he can get out of there. As Blank now trying to acquire some more targets. He's going to get one. This should be the end of the game. Another person goes down. Core JJ, the only one that's left, and they're going to give that kill over to Faker. Definitely very well deserved, but 36 minutes is all it's going to take. Medium length game here. SKT looking clean as hell as they take game number 1.
And clean is a word we haven't been able to use to describe SKT all season. They have been far from clean. Even when they went on a winning streak with Blossom, it was aggression, not this clean play that the fans have been used to in the past. So with this lineup, Tal in the top lane, Effort in the bot lane. So 2 rookies for SKT at least. And when it comes to the top level of play, Tal was only playing in Challenger over in Europe. To have this level of performance seems to be, they've spent a lot of time working out how to reintegrate Effort. And the fact that the shot calling didn't take a noticeable drop down, in fact got better. is a really good sign. I think Blank was the biggest difference on their previous series. A really big step up from him. He controlled the game, both in vision control, in tankiness. He was the rich man's Ambition that, honestly, Ambition had represented compared to Blank in previous series. And KSV are kind of looking like a thunderstorm just went above their heads and just blew them away because they weren't in this game for more than about 5 to 10 minutes.
Very true. Ambition, the one who looks the saddest, certainly was a bit behind the 8 ball when it came to fighting up against Blank's fantastic play.